It is officially 5 years ago today. 5 years ago at this time, I logged into Twitch to do a morning broadcast. And for the first time in, holy shit, 5.5 years, it was not being broadcast on terrestrial radio because we had decided we had a choice to either accept new terms, which would include giving up all of our social media, our Twitch accounts, everything to the station, whereas we owned them independently, or go out on our own. And we decided we're going to go out on our own. And we did it, and we've done it. And 5 years later, here we are, and we are celebrating today. Thank you guys so much. You guys can, of course, send in your favorite moments over the course of either these last 5 years or the last 10 years. I'd like to keep it the last 5 because I feel like the one in August celebrates Steel Toes, like what was this year? The 11-year anniversary. So for 11 years, we've been doing Steel Toes since August of 2014. And then today we more celebrate just the going independent part because that's crazy. That's something nobody else has done. Nobody else can take away from us. Nobody has taken the show we had on the medium we had it on, completely moved it in like 2 days. We've held on. We've kept this thing going. And really from the very beginning, that's all I wanted. From the very beginning, what I wanted was I want to take what we've built, maintain it, keep it going. And so far, so good. We've done that. We've grown through Rumble. We've grown through the creator program, which I think we have to thank Corey for that. I think Corey introduced us to Rumble. And then we started using that. And now when we get a suspension and all this shit from YouTube, it doesn't matter. We just hop onto Rumble. We do big numbers over there. Our profile raises over there. And then when we go back to every time we get suspended, more people shift over to Rumble and the audience share stays the same. Like the amount of audience stays the same, but the audience share shifts. I mean, Rumble's been our #1 platform for 2 years now. I love it. And then the creator program, just extra revenue, just shooting into your pocket. You know, you can bring Oz back. You can lower goals. You can do all that shit. Oh, man, has it just been an amazing ride. So amidst all the ups and downs, amidst all the other stuff, thank you guys so much for sticking with us. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Thank you very much to Joey Caravello with another 2. He says, I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving with the family. You have been very strong not to cry about going to jail. You're a big boy now. Oh, speaking of going to jail, something that, we're celebrating today for people that love Steel Toe. We're celebrating today for people who really enjoy this show. But I got to throw the haters a little something, right? I mean, what is it that Tampa Terry says, my haters make me famous? And I got to tell you, smacking the shit out of you guys at my lowest point and then continuing to smack the shit out of you after and watching you lose your minds about it, it feels really good. But speaking of going back to jail, you want to see what I got yesterday? On my way to Shoreview, watch them lose their mind. Ready? I got, let's cover all the, I don't know what's all on here, but I got one of these. Yeah. I got one of these yesterday. I got myself a speeding ticket. They were out, by the way, they were out in full force yesterday. I'm pretty sure what they wanted to do was they wanted to catch all the people getting shit hammered and driving from house to house on Thanksgiving. There were police cars as far as the eye can see. And look, we can complain about speeding tickets. We can try to talk our way out of them. But sometimes they do have you dead to rights. And on this one, on 94, around Maple Grove, it goes from 70 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour. And I was going about 78, 79. And when it goes from 60 to 70, you got to be cognizant of that. You got to bring it back down because nobody's going to pull you over for going 7 or 8 miles per hour over. Hell, everybody is. But if you're going 17 or 18 miles per hour over and it's Thanksgiving and there's barely anyone on the road, So I'm in the car with the kids. an unmarked car pulls me over. I'm like, shit. And I'm like, what? I didn't understand. I'm like, what the hell are they pulling me over for? And as I pull over, I'm probably 50 feet from the sign that says speed limit 60. And like, I can't make an excuse. I grew up in this area. I grew up down there. I made the 94 drive from St. Cloud to Minneapolis millions of times. So I knew. I just forgot. So instead of like arguing with the police officer and this and that, I'm like, what's the problem? They're like, well, and I looked and I saw this. I go, oh, shoot. And I told the police officer, I'm like, I forgot it drops down to 60 here. I'm so sorry. Blah, 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 blah. I was nice. I show him by the way, having the insurance card on your phone, so much better. I love that. So I show my insurance to them. They cut me a break. They went 10 miles per hour over. Probably pay $100. Call this a day. You got to wait. The worst thing is you got to wait. You got to wait like 7 days before you can pay the thing. You can go online. Like, it's not up there right now. If I go try to pay this right now, it won't be registered as a ticket. I got to wait like 7 days to pay the thing. Hate that. I like to just get rid of them. But anyway, yeah, got a speeding ticket yesterday. And I figure the second that I announced on the show that I got a speeding ticket, I figured I would break the brains of all the message board people and show, hey, he's going to go back to jail because you got a speed. You don't go back to jail for a speeding ticket. If they said that while you're on probation, if you get a speeding ticket, you go back to jail, they would just do away with the idea of probation. They'd be like, just send the to jail. It'll save us all a lot of time and energy in court time. So I got myself the first thing SP told me or said to me when I told her about the speeding ticket was she goes, oh my God, are you allowed to get a speeding ticket? And I'm like, well, technically nobody's allowed to get a speeding ticket. You're not allowed to speed. It's against the law, which is retarded, by the way. I've got, I guess, a little bit of libertarian I still got left in me. I'm not saying there should be no speed limits, no stop signs, no speed limits, nobody going to slow me down. But it's got to be different because now it just seems like such a revenue generator, you know? And I know that's that kind of the hack talking point, but like I was driving about 78 miles per hour. And when it switched from 70 to 60, the amount of people on the road didn't change. The amount of lanes didn't, like nothing changed. I'm still going the same speed. It was safe then. And apparently it's not safe now. And like, I even told the officer, I'm like, I'm driving safely. Nobody's in danger. I got 3 kids in the back seat here. It's, you know, it's honest mistake, whatever. They made it 10 miles per hour. They made it 10 miles per hour over, but speeding ticket, still a speeding ticket. Kind of sucks. $1 from Professor Tie-Dye says, for your 5th anniversary, it's awesome that you have your studio moved to 408 Hennepin Avenue, Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, 408 Hennepin Avenue, K90s. All right. By the way, I did hear someone say recently, oh, K90s used to be a gay bar. It's still a gay bar. I heard someone coping about the gay 90s going, oh, it's not a gay, but it's gay. It's gay, dude. You think YouTube gets behind a channel because they really like virality? No, they're trying to set what goes viral. By the way, I'm tired of being right about YouTube, too. Do you see what's going on with YouTube? They are wiping channels out. Left and right, innocent channels, not like political commentary channels or anything like that. They are clearing out channels, demonetizing channels, channels with millions of subscribers, millions of views, wiping them out. And these people are tweeting about it incessantly now, saying, I didn't do anything. And YouTube's reasons for the demonetization and the strikes are, well, they're connected to a channel and related to a channel that's done this, so we're removing their monetization. It's guilt by association. What YouTube is doing is trying to clear out all these creators who made it on their own barely, so that it's all going to Peacock. It's all going to Paramount. It's all going to legacy media. YouTube is going to start. You guys think that we got rid of the old media and they're just going to go away and we're going to have this new utopia of streaming services where guys like me go on and just say whatever the they want? No. There's a reason we're shadow banned on YouTube. There's a reason. Because we will catch on if we get pushed. You can't let this catch on. I'm responsible. But they're going to push everybody. And it's not about guys like me who are outwardly offensive, who have an agenda and are just offensive on their core. It's people who aren't offensive at all, and people are just choosing to watch them when it's put in front of them. They're wiping them out. They're getting rid of them. YouTube is going to hand control back to legacy media. Why? Because Larry Ellison and the people at YouTube have something in common. They have a commonality. They belong to the same country club, if you will. And they're going to hand it back to these guys. All the independent creators, they will be wiped out. That's why, and again, I'm yelling and I'm angry because I've been right and people have acted like I'm their enemy and we hate the toe and the toe's awful. Motherfucker, I've been your best friend from day one. You don't even know. And I've been killing it, nailing it. I see this shit from a mile away. Again, retarded monkeys throwing shit at the glass thinking they're the ones observing us. You got it wrong. I've been telling people, go to Rumble, diversify your streams. Don't worry about what your YouTube number. Everybody's obsessed with their YouTube number. Your YouTube number is artificially choked off anyway. Go to Rumble, go to Kick, stream on Facebook, X, all that shit. You don't need YouTube. But all these guys, and they all beg for crumbs at Mass's table. All these guys on Twitter I'm seeing that are losing their channels. They're like, oh, it's so sad, YouTube, and then I appealed, and Camelot crying about his chargebacks. I'm so sad about my chargebacks. Go to these other places. Stop begging for scraps at Mass's table. When he cracks the whip, stop crying about it. Go somewhere else. God, it's pathetic. What I'm trying to say is I don't handle being right very well. I'm not a gracious winner. Mostly because I know that it's still not going to get through and people are still going to beg for scraps at Longshank's table and they're not going to listen. No matter how many times I show them the right way. I am the light at the end of the tunnel, mother. Listen. Historically White says the Camelot thing is hilarious. It's the crying that's pathetic. It's the crying and the whining and the bitching and the way I'm persecution. It's not 2016 anymore. I'm persecuted. But you know what I do when I'm persecuted? I go somewhere else. And then I kick ass over there. I didn't say Twitch banned me. I'm going to stop. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what you can do?
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
You go somewhere else. You go where you're wanted. And, the other thing about that is, like, you look now, YouTube isn't in the letting creators go viral business. They're in the TV business now. YouTube has a live TV streaming subscription service that probably pays them a hell of a lot more than some dickhead playing video games.
Probably.
And now they're going to cater to these television networks, and they're going to cater to this big legacy media. I think it's funny that everyone thought that we were going to be able to, like, we'd get sick of legacy media and mainstream media, and there would be an alternative created, and, like, billionaires weren't going to end up getting a hold of it.
Yeah, like, that wasn't going to morph into or just be absorbed by the legacy media people.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, and it's about to. I mean, we've already come so far from the Wild West freedom days of, like, 2010 YouTube.
Yeah.
It's over. Like, they are going to set the tone. Here's the like, YouTube's already started doing this. Here's the conversation window you can have. Anything outside of that window, you're gone, or you're shadow banned, or we're not going to promote your stuff. By the way, if you want to find out if your channel's shadow banned, go on, open an anonymous tab where you're not logged in.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch one of your videos, and if you have to go down the recommended to, like, the bottom, generally that means you're shadow banned on YouTube. But it's, the same thing's going to happen. I was talking to SP about this, and, again, this is something that other streamers will be late to because they didn't work in real media, but one thing that's going to happen is the FCC is going to get a hold of the internet. The FCC,
oh, yeah, they've been trying to for a while. They already put some of the inlets in for that.
Yeah, the FC. Well, that, and with radio and television, they already have the track laid. They already have the infrastructure to do it. They're just going to add internet to it. I would argue I was way worse in the radio days in terms of being an egotistical monster. But Johnny, what's something you've grown to dislike the most about Aaron? Oh, I knew there would be a second part to that.
Oh, I'd say, I don't know, probably just the I don't have a grown to dislike you thing. There's mild annoyances, but I can't think of any until you do them. Like, I don't hold on to it.
Yeah, so now during the show, just be like, that's one of them. Like, whenever it happens, just go, there, that's one.
Yeah.
One thing I've always felt, well, I knew from Corey, like I spoke to Corey about this, and he was very honest about it. It did seem like, and for good reason, that there was maybe a little, not resentment, but that maybe a lot of the people who worked for the show that we brought on didn't think that April would be a good fit, or thought that it maybe kind of went against a lot of the stuff that the show was about, and that there was maybe some second guessing that maybe bringing April aboard in that way was not a good idea.
Yeah, I had that opinion at first, but after we moved out of the garage, I just decided that it was obviously going to be a thing you were doing, so it's your show. I didn't really care. I was very neutral on April. Didn't really give much of an F. She was nice when I hung out with her, so I had no issues. But yeah, I didn't really care. Like, I was very meh. All right.
I will say it kind of went against everything we preached. It also was like she wasn't needed. Like, we had a cast, we had a group of guys. It would have been
I'd say
fine.
that she started out, and the way that she started out, she very much was needed. She did a lot of the, like, back end off the camera stuff, like shipping things and handling stuff that I'm not saying you can't do. I'm just saying you had trouble getting going at first. So it just was, you had enough to figure out and do at the time. So it was very handy in the beginning.
Right. But I mean, here's the thing. It wasn't something I couldn't do. It was something that I was like, oh, somebody else will do it? Great.
Yeah, well.
But I could have done it. It wasn't worth,
I'm not saying it was worth the cost.
It wasn't worth $4,000 a month in salary, which put us in a tough spot.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. Well, she had to be paid what she was getting at the factory in order to leave. So, I mean, there would have never been a reason to make any cuts to anything if we would have just cut her loose. Like, there would have been, you wouldn't have, but, the past is you learn from your mistakes.
And that's why they happen, kids.
Honky says, April was the reason I started watching. Blonde was cute, not going to lie, but after Chad told her she ain't no mother was the moment you should have pressed the ejector seat on her on the show. Yeah, the internet got to her, which is understandable. I get it. Not all of us can be sociopaths who just disassociate from all of it. And well, also, I think when you realize, like, this isn't a shoot that you're performing, I think you got to get that in your head, too. You got to be like, you're performing. They're not yelling at you. They're not shitting on you.
They're yelling at your caricature.
Yeah, they're shitting on the person. They think they're shitting on you. Right. But in reality, they're shitting on the person talking, and the guy talking into the microphone.
And they'll never take the time or mental wherewithal to realize those aren't the exact same people.
Some of them do. A lot of them do, because we've conditioned them over the years and to understand that. I think the ones that come from radio get it. I think the ones that are on the internet, they put too much of themselves into it. So they can't believe for a second that somebody else doesn't. And it's also, I get it. Like, to them, it probably sounds like those people are being like, I'm better than you because I don't live here. So they kind of see that as you going like that. I get that. I understand. I empathize with that.
They take it a wee bit personal that way. It's not intended that way, but it's how it comes across.
So yeah, we were talking about how we would have never been able to keep the show going and get it onto the internet as quickly as we did if you didn't have a studio set up in your garage. And then
my stupid podcast I did.
Now,
people still ask for that to come back?
Oh my God, yes.
Well, I mean, you had life events that got in the way of that one.
A little bit,
yeah. A little bit. Oh, by the way, I think I've said it privately, but I think publicly on the show, congratulations on getting married.
Ah, thank you, sir.
I hear the second ones are the easiest.
Huh?
I said I hear the second ones are the easiest.
I hear the third time's a charm, sir.
Oh, that's right. This is your third.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
See,
the second
the
one's
first
are
one I was young and dumb, went in, had no clue what I was doing.
same.
Second one, I was looking to start a family, and like, yep, clock's ticking, had that feeling, and
Yeah.
that went all wrong.
I
Third
don't
one,
I
know
don't
what
know. I'm
doing
not
now.
I'm
I've
not
got
saying
experience. I know what I'm doing.
I'm not saying this is your experience. I'm just saying in general, those second ones sometimes tend to go a little insane.
Well, maybe on
you're
different. It's completely different, sir.
You're fine. Don't worry
I'll
about
just say it's completely different,
Don't
sir.
worry about it. Yeah, you're on your third one. You're like Ali fighting Foreman in Zaire. You're like, my jaw's been broke, been knocked down a couple of times, been lost. I'm experienced now.
Uh-huh.
I done something
You
new.
know what's great on great on your third one?
What?
All the baggage that you bring into it as well.
I know, right? They got to get used to that. I done something new for this marriage. I done wrestled with an alligator, tussled with a whale, handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. Which, by the way, not so bad. Jail. Not so bad.
Thunder, cakewalk.
You got one on me there. So.
Haha.
I got you on the third marriage. You got me on the jail.
I've been to jail. Haha. I win.
Don't worry, Matt. He'll catch up soon enough. What is it, next December? What is the date?
So, yeah, no, we got now, why did we leave your garage? Was it because I got all the stuff for a thing, or was it because of a suspension, or?
No, you left my garage because you finally got the stuff set up at your own house.
That's what it was.
A pain in the ass for you to come over to my garage. Remember,
and it's way warmer in your house.
Especially at the beginning. You had a key. Like, there's this weird thing. Like,
I still, by the way, I still have
ex would allow.
I still have a key to your garage, by the way.
That's all been changed. Don't worry about it. I had to break into the garage to get my shit back in the day. Don't worry about that key. But no, I remember in the beginning though, like April would have to go piss in the bushes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You guys couldn't get into the house.
April had to do her redneck shit and go pee in the bushes.
That, I'll say, was one thing I did not see coming, was how comfortable she was with that. And I was like, well then, that's interesting. You don't meet a lot of ladies that are like, yeah, that's fine. I'll just go do that.
Well, she did that when she hunted too.
Again, that's why I was like, wow, you don't. All I'm saying is, it's not like it's odd or not out of place. Just
it's
you don't
a little
see that
different. No, it's a little different when you're in the woods and there's nobody around.
Yeah,
you're in someone's backyard and you can look across the street and wave at the neighbors.
Yeah,
yeah. I used to live like a block from here a couple of years ago, so it's a little weird. She's just like, yeah, I'll just mark this tree. I'm pretty sure I walked my parents' dog by that tree.